Salve to Discipuli, this is McEasterbuddy with the Stage 31 lesson on ut and ne. Quick review on the difference between direct and indirect. A direct is a quote. It's telling you exactly what someone said. It will usually have quotation marks. So, redita, go back. Or pecuniam trada, hand over the money. An indirect is a retelling. So, for example, the commander ordered his soldiers to go back. Or the robbers ordered the merchant to hand over the money. Now, we can do it with ut. That's the way we've been doing it. We can also do it with ne. Ut would look like this. He ordered the messengers to return. With ne, it would read, he ordered the messengers not to return. So a simple way of looking at it is it's a negative command. Just like regular indirect commands, you're going to start with some sort of ordering word, a head verb. The indirect command itself is going to start with ut. Now it can also start with ne. The verb inside the indirect command is usually subjunctive. Go ahead and copy down these 4 sentences. Mark the main verb with a V, put brackets around the indirect command, label the function of all words, and then write out a translation. All right, so we've got our indirect command here, starting with ne, ending with a subjunctive. We've got a nominative subject, accusative direct object, a verb. Inside of our indirect command, we have a subjunctive verb. So the soothsayer warned the young man not to sail. For number 2, we have day starting a indirect command, subjunctive ending it, nominative subject, accusative direct object, our main verb. Inside the indirect command, we also have an accusative direct object and a verb. So the women begged these soldiers not to kill the children. All right, number 3, we've got an indirect command starting with ne, ending with a subjunctive. We've got a nominative subject. Here we have a dative, but it's our direct object because this is a special verb. We've got an accusative direct object over here and the verb of our indirect command. So the merchant persuaded the friend not to sell the gems. And our last one, our indirect command starts with a ne, ends with a subjunctive. We've got a direct object here. It is dative, but it's our direct object because in parao it's a special verb. Accusative direct object and the verb of our indirect command. So why did he order us not to enter the house? Okay, so we can also do, quick review, purpose clauses with ut. The soldiers gathered at the headquarters to hear Agricola. Or we have the doctor was working through the whole night to treat the soldiers' wounds. And now we can also do purpose clauses with ne, and again they have a negative connotation. So the old man hid the money so that the thieves would not find it. All right, just like as before, pause the video, copy down these 4 sentences, go ahead and mark them up accordingly, write out a translation, and then check your work. All right, so per vias is a prep phrase. So is ad arcum. Our purpose clause starts with a ne, ends with a subjunctive. We've got an adverb. Here's our main verb. We don't have a nominative in the main clause, but we can tell from the ending of our verb that the subject is we. Here's another adverb. And again, no nominative, but here's our verb, and we can tell from the ending that the subject, again, is we. So we were hurrying quickly through the streets so that we would not arrive at the arch late. Another prep phrase. Our purpose clause starts with ne, ends with a subjunctive. Here's our main verb, no nominative in the main clause, but the ending tells us the subject is I. Nominative subject, accusative direct object, and a verb. So I was lying hidden in the ditch so that the soldiers would not catch sight of me. All right, here we've got a prep phrase, and we have a purpose clause starting with nay, ending with a subjunctive. This, I went ahead and put parentheses around it. It's an ablative of means, which is very similar to a prep phrase. Here we have an adjective. It is modifying frumentum. We've got a nominative subject, accusative direct object, our main verb. Inside of our purpose clause, we have a subject and a verb. So the emperor imported much grain from Egypt so that the citizens would not die from famine. All right, the fourth one, we've got a prep phrase here. We've got nay starting our purpose clause and our subjunctive verb ending it. Nominative subject, verb, accusative direct object, verb. The slaves escaped from the farm so that they would not be given punishments. All right, Discipuli, remember, ut and ne can both be in both purpose clauses and indirect commands. You can think of ne as basically the negative of ut, and they will both end with a subjunctive. Wale to Discipuli.